Hi everyone and welcome to my review for the latest episode of Star Trek PICARD. This is Season 2, Episode 7. And why am I in my car, you may ask? Let's find out. Okay, yeah, so I'm in a different filming location than usual. I'm not in my studio, or for want of a better term. I'm in my car because I'm actually away. I'm having a week break away, but still I watched Picard just, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Now I've got some notes here in front of me, so bear with me. Okay, so this episode is called Monsters. Like I said, this is Season 2, Episode 7. Now, I knew going into this episode from what occurred last week that this episode was going to be primarily filler, which it was, because this episode centres around Picard. Obviously, Picard's in a sort of comatose state, and there's stuff going on in his mind, and obviously he's got to figure stuff out in his head to get himself back out. But Laris, or the new Laris, the Watcher, she goes in to help him out, to find out what's going on. And inside, Picard's got a lot going on with his mother, his father. There's a psychiatrist within who he's talking to, like a Starfleet officer, doctor, who turns out to actually be his father, in the sense that he can't really remember his father, and he perceives his father as being a monster who hurt his mother and all this sort of stuff, but it turns out that his mother wasn't very well mentally, and what he'd done to her was for her own good, so to speak. But from a child's perspective, the child saw him kind of hurting her, that sort of thing. While this is all going on, obviously Rios is his relationship with the Doctor is blossoming, and with her child, so much so that he takes her to his spaceship and shows her that. Seven of Nine and Raffi, they're off chasing Jurati after they figure out that Jurati actually has the Borg Queen in her. She's running around LA, and they're concerned that obviously they've introduced the Borg to this time era, and the new Queen is about to break out in Agnes. She's going around doing stuff to get endorphins running in the body, which multiply the nanotech that's floating around in the bloodstream to create the Queen that much quicker. There are a few surprises towards the end of the episode. We do find out that the Watcher, as in Laris, is actually Romulan. She's a Romulan individual who's there watching Picard's ancestor. So a bit more explanation required there for that one. And she probably is the same bloodline as Laris, hence why she looks the same. This sort of nonsense, a way of getting that actress to do something within the confines of this storyline. So Q doesn't pop up in the episode. Picard does go and see Guinan again, the new Guinan, and they've got a way of summoning Q, but only Q doesn't pop up, and the law enforcement come in because they've seen video footage of Picard appearing outside of the bar, like transporting in, and it kind of ends with them getting arrested and the situation with Agnes progressing. So that's pretty much the episode. Now I've got slated I ain't got slated. I've had people comment in my comments that they don't like the negativity I give towards this series. I don't know what you want. People who say that, what do you want me to be positive about everything? No, I'm giving you my thoughts on it, and that's what a review is. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you my thoughts on it. If my thoughts don't coincide with what you believe the series to be, or how good it doesn't make it any less worthwhile, obviously. And hats off to people that are getting something out of these Star Trek shows. I applaud you for it. I wish I could get something out of it as much as what you people do, but I don't. For me, this particular episode, like I said, it's filler for the most part. I don't particularly gravitate towards filler episodes. It becomes lazy. It becomes a way of slowing things down, and nothing progresses because they've got a count to hit, an episode count, and it just goes to show they haven't got the amount of story needed to tell that story. They have to put fillers in to stretch it out. So and all the mind stuff that goes on in this episode is all stuff we've seen before in other sort of sci-fi programs. It's an old trope, so it's rather boring to see. You know, you're introduced to characters that aren't overly interesting, that you're not actually interested in. You don't want to see a young Picard. You want to see Patrick Stewart playing Picard. Not a young Picard, obviously, but what I'm saying is Patrick Stewart is Picard. I don't want to see a little child running around being a young Picard. It has no interest to me. Overall, the episode is quite slow and dull. The only intrigue in this series at the moment for me really is the Agnes and the Ball Queen storyline. Beyond that, not a great deal. But it started off well, and it's just sort of filtered off into sort of bad territory at the moment, and I'm hoping they can pick it up for the last 3 episodes. Anyway, that was my discussion. Just a quick thoughts on this. I'll be back in my studio as of next week, so join me there for the next episode of Picard. Take care all, have a good day, have a good week. Leave me a comment down below if you want. I will reply to all comments, and hit the subscription button. Why not? Anyway, it's AJ. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.